And it is not funny, but a bar is facing a lot of criticism. And why? Because they put a sign on the bar that said that domestic violence victims apparently weren't welcome. Mulligan's Pub and Grill in Rockford, Illinois, put up a chalkboard sign that read, if you have an O/P, which is order of protection, against your ex, he is welcome. You are not. I have a picture of it. Hold on, let me bring it up. Now, was this tongue in cheek? No, it was not. Here's the picture. And that's the bar owner. If you haven't, you're not. And they spelled you're wrong, Kim, which is just, the icing on the cake with this friggin' story.
I wonder if this fine fellow
Uh-huh.
has an order of protection against him and he's bitter beans.
Okay, so this is not that is not it. Okay, so this was the response to the criticism from Mulligan's Pub and Grill. They said, we'd like to respond to the criticism we're receiving regarding that picture. First of all, we're sorry for anyone that it's offended. This, without any context, is exactly what many of the comments should say. In no way do we advocate domestic violence or minimize order of protection significance. Now get this. This was only intended for one specific person. This person works at a rival bar and did have an order of protection against a regular at our establishment. The woman made a pattern of coming in when he was there, making us aware that she had an order of protection and causing trouble with our staff and watching him get up and leave, never staying very long afterward herself. On the day of this photo, we had 5 cars in our small parking lot. One was his. She came in, he left, and she immediately followed. What we had found out prior was that she voluntarily dismissed her order of protection almost a year ago. She did not actually have an order of protection, despite what she implied. This photo only intended to sarcastically address her non existent order of protection and was a result of what we were seeing as someone who was using this legal tool to antagonize someone who was doing everything he could to stay away from her. So what do you think after that explanation? Who was in the right and who was in the wrong?
Okay, so it seems like she was kind of stirring the pot.
Right. She's a pain in the ass, obviously.
Yeah, if you don't want to see your ex, if you really have an order of protection against your ex, then why are you going to his place of employment?
Right.
However,
okay,
writing the sign like that with a big old goofy grin makes you look like an asshat.
Yep,
And
there you go.
And people aren't going to know your backstory.
Right.
And so when you do something like that, you're saying you're coming out against victims of domestic violence, and it makes you look like a bad guy, really.
Mm-hmm. It absolutely does. Now, they did go on, and this whole explanation was on their Facebook page. They said, also, this photo that you're seeing circulation has been driven by the rival bar's staff, who we clearly have friction with. We're hopeful you keep an open mind on this when drawing your conclusions. Again, we apologize for the choice of words and absolutely do not support this statement in any way. Well, I mean, you wrote the statement. You could have just called out the chick. I mean, why not just call her out instead of saying, if you have an order of protection, he's
James
welcome
Smith is not welcome here. Right.
Yeah. I mean, why not? I mean, maybe, I don't know, that'd be slander or something like that.
Whatever. But I think that's even tacky. I think you have to, when you're a business owner and you're serving the public, you have to rise above those things. You don't really call out some type of, escalation of some type of domestic conflict at your place of business. You do your best privately with both parties to say, listen, this can't happen here at this place of business. I understand that you have a problem with each other, but we need to work out a solution that doesn't really affect what's going on here with our business. Right.
Right. And somebody needs to call her out. This is what really aggravates me, because obviously we want people to use order protections, restraining orders, things like that the right way. Because if you don't, then they're not taken seriously. They're abused and stuff like this happens. And if you're really scared of a guy, why are you going to a place where you know he's commonly visiting, right? So it does seem like she's in the wrong, but with the age of social media and Facebook, things like this can go viral.